welcome to another wonderful episode of Retro Wars. My name is today, or K-Pop Players. I'm the leader of the team, and today we're doing another wonderful episode of Retro Reviewing, but I'm not alone. As always, my teammates introduce themselves.
Hello, everyone. I am your favorite wild card tree queen, macaroni and cheese queen, Crossy here.
God.
It is nice to retro review again, as always with these lovely people. I'm still best leader, by the way, best waifu.
Right. Second in command of the Retro Warriors and sarcastic researcher Hazard Chaos. And, annoy me and die, basically.
And hello, Lady Zamasu, otherwise known as Lady Multiverse now. Fourth Retro Warrior and quote-unquote goddess of the Retro Warriors.
Retro Goddess, yes.
Spoiler alert on the name, though.
I thought she was
Shut
next
up.
to the Black Rose, but okay.
Black Rose
no.
of the team, because that kind of makes
Shut
sense.
up!
Not even 5 minutes in and we're already being unprofessional as fuck.
We were never professional. Fuck you. Anyway, so today, guys, we're going to do more retro reviewing. And for those who are new to this whole binge watching stuff and haven't seen the last previous episodes of Retro Warriors, what we do is we basically gather around, binge watch a TV show from start to finish. And most of these shows we watch is from the early 1990s and earlier beyond that, all the way up to 2010, because that's where most of the good cartoon era kind of ends and replaced with new shenanigans that kind of suck ass. And once we've done binge watching, we just talk about it, get some notes, and basically get ourselves ready. But today's episode of Retro Warriors, we are reviewing
Donkey Kong! Hey, yo! Look out down below! Here comes Banana Slamma! Conga hero! Hey, yo! Donkey Kong, let's go, let's go! Here comes Banana Slamma!
Donkey Kong Country Show.
This ought to be good.
Yeah.
Now, before we begin or have this analysis on the computer, I want you all to know we're not reviewing the game series. No, we're actually reviewing a TV show. And before you ask, yes, this was an actual thing. Basically, it was just like 3D. It's not like a live action. It was most likely 3D animated in a way.
Yeah, it was basically a motion capture / 3D animation.
I'll let Hazard explain about the show a bit.
Oh boy, where to begin with this one?
Just the basics.
Basically, it was a computer animated TV series loosely based on the video games, which originated from France and Canada. And this was one of the earliest shows to be done with pure motion capture technology. In other words, they pioneered that shit.
So
And
basically this... Sorry.
also a little tidbit, it was almost named the planet of Donkey Kong.
See,
Hilarious.
now that's just screaming a lawsuit from Planet of the Apes. But, yeah, and I believe you guys know, this is probably our second time reviewing something video game related and stuff that and turned into a show. There's a lot of video games that get turned into a show nowadays and stuff, and it just seems to go well. There's always the ones that go well, or there's the ones that end up poor. But I guess we'll find out of our characters. But y'all might know some basics, but there are some new ones to show. Let's go ahead and just get through the cast. Let's start with the main man himself.
Donkey Kong. Basically, he's, how do I put this? He's a future ruler of Congo Bongo. And of course, we have to go by his favorite catchphrase.
Banana Slamma! Banana Slamma! Banana Slamma! Banana Slamma!
Either way, he does that a lot, but it's mostly when he makes a grand entrance or punches things.
Mostly if it's the Kremlin.
He's also arguably the strongest character in the entire series.
Well,
If it weren't for one little weakness of his.
but, well, I want to say number one weakness. He's got a lot of weakness that I can say.
Yeah, he's a complete idiot for one.
Well, so is Goku, but he has his own weakness. What I'm talking
Don't let
about
Frieza
is
hear
like Frieza is not to do with this. Anyway, let me finish.
Go ahead.
Donkey Kong. What I want to say about Donkey Kong's multiple weaknesses, he likes bananas.
A lot.
And I feel like that goes for this whole stereotypical type of joke where animals like certain foods, with gorillas here liking bananas. But it's the only other weaknesses I would say he has is that he's very gullible sometimes, or he can be easily tricked or persuaded. From what I see, like Hazard said, he isn't intelligent, but most of
Don't
the
just
intelligence.
say it. He's an idiot.
Yes, he's an idiot most times, but it may look like an idiot. He may act like an idiot, but don't let that fool you. He really is an idiot. But Donkey Kong's got some good perks. Oh, I forgot to mention one thing about this show, and I don't think Hazard brought it up. There was a lot of musical numbers in this thing.
2 per episode.
I wanna know the secrets that the crystal holds and all the magic power that it brings. You can't get away with this monkey business.
Yep.
Two songs per episode. Good grief.
Yep, 2
Oy.
songs per episode.
But yes, he also happens to have a girlfriend, Candy
Yes, but
Kong.
we'll
For
get-
those who remember the games and such.
Yeah, but we'll explain her when we get to her, because we're going to go through the list. But for now, let's give our thoughts about the big man of the jungle. Who wants to go first on their thoughts on Big Man?
And you go ahead.
You know what? I'm just gonna say it. I'll give you this much. Yeah, he's got his good parts, but he's also got some major stupidities to work out. I said it. I mean, granted, yes, he's a hero of Congo Bongo, but there's a number of times he's made some major fuck ups. I'm gonna be honest.
Yep. Well, some that aren't his fault, but at the same time,
I'm aware.
yeah.
But there are countable times where he does cause something.
At least he's able to protect the crystal coconut.
Yeah, unless you count that one time when he gave the crystal coconut to the enemies because he thought that would he unleash the secrets of it.
Yeah, but I still want to know all the secrets.
Maybe you're not supposed to know yet. Look at all the trouble your snooping has already caused.
Yeah, unless you want to forget about that moment, but no, by all means, go right ahead. Forget about it.
I can't.
Anyway.
This is straight face.
You want to say anything about DK Crossy, or are you good?
I'm good. I think you guys took the words right out of my mouth.
Zammy, what about you?
I'd have to say the exact same thing. You guys go first and you take everything from
Well, to be
Well, it's not my fault. We all think the same damn thing.
we all were in agreement with that. I mean, some of his most notable weird moments, like proving who was the strongest in Congo Bongo, for one.
Or having a dick measuring contest with Bluster.
I don't
A
think
sword
that's
fight.
That's not really a thing in the show. Crossy's just being an idiot.
I am the important part of this team. You dare call me an idiot? Fuck you. Fuck you.
Oh, I forgot to mention, we will review a slight parody someone made, Mr. Uncle Al, who made a fucking abridged series of this. So if you hear any jokes referred to that, that's where it came from. Most of these jokes are just going to be monkey jokes and fucking Uncle Al references. So be on wary for that one.
Pretty much.
Probably throughout this review, we don't know.
I swear to God. Oh, let's go on to the Gucci Mane, little buddy Diddy Kong now.
Yep. He's Donkey Kong's sidekick. He was gonna be called Donkey Kong Jr., but Nintendo told the company Rare to choose between either making a new model close to the original DK Jr. design or keep this one as a new character. That's literally the origin behind Diddy Kong.
Yes, because what I remember, if y'all remember the original Donkey Kong game where you have to play as Mario to rescue Paulina, I believe that was Donkey Kong Sr., and the Donkey Kong that we all know today, that's Donkey Kong Jr.
Well, to be fair, Diddy Kong was originally intended to be Donkey Kong, kid, but they changed that. Nintendo forced that to change.
Yeah, the fact we don't really know much of the whole family tree. The only thing we do know is I think we know that Donkey Kong is related to Cranky, I believe, but that's up to debate.
That's been implied, but hasn't been, confirmed.
Yes, that all we do know is from that Cranky used to be the original Donkey Kong that would kidnap Paulina, I believe.
Yep.
Also, I'm gonna be straight up honest, he's a horrible singer.
Bananas, what I am. I never thought this job would be full of so much misery.
So far, the only good singer of this whole show is Donkey Kong, let's be honest.
Donkey Kong's singing voice just carries the show over to the plot. Let's just be honest.
At least when I
Brutally
heard
honest.
Bluster sing.
Let's move on from
No!
that. We'll talk about these characters. We'll talk about when we get to them. But ladies, since you have complaints about us going first all the time, you can go first about Diddy.
I've got a date with Candy.
Well, where to
Oh
begin?
He's a horrible singer. Please don't let him get anywhere near a mic.
Please no. Please no.
Seriously, they should have hired a new voice actor to do the singing only, and then keep the rest for the actual voice actor.
It sounds like rubber glass. It sounds like rubber glass being squeezed together. Please no.
Like sandpaper dildo literally rubbing against wood. It's gross.
I don't even know what that sounds like.
I don't want to know.
It's like two drills meeting in the middle of each other. Ah.
That sounds like a horrible sound to imagine.
Anyway,
But Diddy's got his
I-
good moments. I will say
Yes.
that.
He actually
Yeah.
has. I feel like me and Haz are gonna have to cover this since you got one point about the basic bad facts. But Diddy has actually helped out Donkey Kong more times he can count. Hell, there's even times where there was an episode where Donkey Kong got turned into a baby and Diddy had to cover his back.
What is that?
Wow, would you look at that? Miracles do happen. It's a boy. Now leave us be. I need to recover from this, painful experience. Hey, I gotta make a run for the baby. Can you keep an eye on him so he doesn't die?
Sure, I guess.
Oh,
Fucking
lordy.
abridged series.
See, this. I was worried about this review because Crossy's a giggling fool after watching the abridged series. Let's go on to the next set of monkeys.
Well,
But-
I also have one little tip to point about Diddy Kong. Despite some of his flaws and positives and such, he actually has quite a lot of positive reception by the fandom.
Yeah, Diddy's actually if you put the show aside and remember Diddy for what he is and the other stuff, like a lot of the games and things, he's a well-notable character. Oh, he's even a kind of a trademark character because of his traditional Nintendo hat he normally wears.
Pretty much.
By the way, this episode is not sponsored by Nintendo, but hey, Nintendo, if you're watching, if you want to sponsor us, give us a
We
call.
wouldn't say no.
Mm-hmm.
We're willing to do this. Just give us a call. Just give us a call.
I mean, we will review your games. We'll be like the angry video gamers. Not the video
Moving
game.
on.
Go on to Funky. Go on to Funky.
Okay, he's basically the local vehicle merchant / airplane pilot. He often talks about karma. He's lazy as hell, doesn't like adventure, and definitely doesn't like fighting the Kremlings. And
You know what's funny?
usually is everything to Diddy and Donkey Kong, pretty much. Oh, and in the games, he was an arms dealer.
Yes, he was actually. And the Donkey Kong 64, he was actually a guy who would sell Donkey Kong and his rest of his crew some weapons to fight the Kremlings and King Koopa. Not King Koopa. King K. Rool and his army. My bad. I almost called him. But we'll worry about who that guy is later. But yeah,
We jump.
shut up. Shut up before I excavate you out of here. Anyway, thing is about Funky, he really hasn't been known for fighting. The only other time I remember he was fighting was when he was in that additional expansion on that game called Donkey Kong Tropical Freeze, where he was a playable character, and he fights while riding on a surfboard. Speaking of Funky Kong, I forgot to mention, he's, if you can't tell by his voice tone with the clips Crosses put in, he's very Jamaican.
Oh, listen to Funky, cause my words ring true. Rabba, sibba, labba, labba, lopa. If you wanna get a monkey off your back, let him save your life and you'll be even. It's as simple as that.
Sort of, yeah. I'm not sure if that was intentional or not, but somehow it's weirdly fitting in a twisted way.
To be honest, I feel like they were trying to go for a surfer dude person because he's literally talking like how a surfer person would. But they kind of went to a weird voice tone for him.
Yeah,
At least that's my opinion.
What does one say to that? But anyways, ladies, your thoughts on Funky?
Not that I can think of.
No, not really.
I mean, Funky's just kind of there in my book. That's all I can say about him.
like he's just there. And
To be honest, To be honest,
And
a lot
there-
of characters were just there because most times it's mostly Diddy and Donkey who do the action, but they only tend to get involved unless something major happens that involves
Yeah,
them.
like a supporting character.
Pretty much.
Yeah. Speaking of supporting characters, let's talk about the old man himself, Cranky.
Oh, this ought to be a treat. He's basically a grouchy old gorilla. He breaks the fourth wall repeatedly with his insults and comments, mostly in the games, of course. He was originally planned to be Donkey Kong's grandfather. He's bitter and angry pretty much 24/7. And basically, he makes potions because why not? He's also senile as hell in the animated series.
It isn't over until it's over.
At least this conversation's over.
And also he's also been known for doing a lot of stuff back in his time.
Especially when he was, this is a little spoilery, but not too much, but he was one time friends with King K. Rool, and apparently they both did some intense extreme sports together.
Well, shit, they were bros once?
Yes, there was an actual episode. You probably don't remember it much since it's been a while, but yeah. The only time, and other than that, Cranky's maybe old, but he may be an old grouch, but he's definitely lived a long life where he knows what's up and up, and he may not know everything and stuff, but he knows life from himself or experience. So if anything, he may be harsh with some teachings, but what I can tell from Cranky, he's definitely given Donkey Kong a good experience because he definitely could tell, even though Donkey Kong's an idiot, he's the only hope that Konga Bongo has.
I mean, do you want to run before you walk?
You're right.
Then he wants Donkey Kong to, reach his full potential.
Exactly, because Cranky ain't going to be around forever.
Pretty much. I do have to point something out, though, and this is purely observation, but Cranky reminds me a little bit much of Uncle from Jackie Chan Adventures, in all honesty. Just, more cranky.
Well, as long as Cranky doesn't tell any boys to seal up his holes in the roof from God so he doesn't see his sins.
You assholes! That roof protects my sins from God!
But,
Quick, the Lord is watching.
Oh my God.
Cranky is definitely like Uncle. It's probably because they both have experiences in life where they can teach.
Imagine if they met.
I'm pretty sure it'd just be an old man argument. But
Yeah,
anyway,
no.
Zammy, Crossy, your thoughts on Mr. Cranks?
Nah.
Not really.
Yeah, again. You guys got it covered. We're just relaxing here.
Honestly, I'm still kind of out of my depth with this series compared to Justin and Zammy and you to a degree, Hun, so...
To be honest, we try to give much, but literally if we go too much information-wise about them, it will most likely connect to the video game, which we're trying not to do. We're trying to focus on the main show here.
Yeah,
Which is difficult.
Which is why we try to keep it brief with Donkey Kong and Diddy, because literally I had to help Hazard with the research where he accidentally almost caught in one of the other Donkey Kong titles, which wasn't even a show, which was Chunky Kong, and he was the 64 version.
Pretty much.
And Tiny Kong and
Yeah.
Lanky Kong and all the other Kongs.
Exactly. So
Probably don't
so we really had to try to keep. So while we had to do the research, it wasn't I'm not saying it wasn't an easy one. It was a tad difficult because most of the characters just relate to the game series itself more than the show because they're multiple characters.
So
if these informations about characters seem brief, it's mostly like we said, we're most likely trying to go from the show itself, not the games. Because if we were gonna go by the games, then maybe. But given how we're working on the show, we're just keeping it chill a bit. Speaking of chill, there's only a few characters left, and I'm worried about one of them. So let's go into the positive one. Candy Kong.
Candy. Oh boy. Donkey Kong's girlfriend, basically.
We shall shower her with coconut cream pies.
God damn it!
Oh my God!
Love is stronger than a golden banana.
Bonk.
Shut up! You duct tape you two together. I swear to God.
She has comparison to the game. She has a very different appearance. She usually provides instruments for DK to use. Works for Bluster Kong at a barrel factory and very short-tempered.
The one on your head, you baboon!
Our date's off. Don't call me. Don't drop by.
Ever.
And this is shown when she basically has blown up at Donkey Kong for one reason or another throughout their relationship.
Yeah. Basically, like, they have their moments together and stuff, but, Candy's not that much noticeable. Like, she's got a lot of appearances and stuff, and there are times where she's made her appearance in the episodes, but most times it's either just to be on a date with DK or she just gets involved in a certain situation. For example, that one episode where Bluster tries to make a move on her and stuff about marriage, and she literally popped the question to DK and shit, and that went awry.
Oh, God.
Yeah, because it went in awkward conversation because she was almost. It's not that she didn't love him; she was just mostly trying to get away from Bluster.
Remember, kids, no means yes and yes means no. No,
In what universe?
Two things. One, this isn't opposite day. And two, if you're going to try to do a joke, think before you hurt yourself and then try to say it, because you were clearly stuttering there.
Yes means no and no means yes.
When she says yes, 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 it means no, no, no.
Right, moving on. And no, I do not condone that joke. Ladies, your thoughts on Candy Kong?
Big titted Sasquatch. Look at that.
Oh my God. Oh my God. I knew you'd make that reference. I knew you'd make that reference. I knew it.
Anyway, shut up for a second. Sammy,
but all in all, she's not that bad of a character. She has her moments.
Yeah, if it involves giving Donkey Kong any type of information or a helping hand or that random proposal episode.
In other words, she's DK's ride or die.
Yeah. She loves him despite all his faults, but I feel like the biggest fault that Donkey Kong's ever had was when King K. Rool made a fucking robot replica of her and shit, and he could not tell the difference.
I like where this is going.
She isn't even real. You don't want to mess with that old bag of bolts, DK. Lies. She's the faker. Look at her milkers. They're made of metal.
And I'll start by slamming you.
What's wrong with you?
No need to get hostile. My libido is wild. I can keep this up all night. Ow!
And that's where we put them that duct tape.
So before we go to the main villains, we have two more characters. I really don't want to get to this character, but it's better if we get to it sooner or later. Bluster Kong.
Okay, he's one of the few show-exclusive characters for the record. He's literally the boss of Bluster Barrel Works. He has a gigantic ego the size of Congo Bongo itself, at the minimum, by the way. Hits on Candy constantly, he's acting like he's got game, but he fails miserably. And he has an alter ego named Leo Luster.
That episode was weird itself because how that went.
Yep.
Your thoughts, ladies? Because I'm just gonna walk away.
Before Zammy gives her thoughts, Crossy, what about you? You got any thoughts? Zammy, hold your tongue. Crossy.
Fuck him. I ain't doing this shit. You're gonna have to pay me to tell you about the character. No.
We don't pay you at all.
We don't get paid for this shit.
But Nintendo, if you're willing to sponsor it for us, but we'll work for a very low price. We'll just sponsor us and we'll do it for free. we can work out a business deal.
Yeah, we're gonna take you back to the past.
Shut up! I'm trying to work a business deal. Anyway, Nintendo, if you ever want to sponsor us, give us a call. So this will probably be a brief 1 minute or 2 minute because we don't like to keep these reviews long. So we got a little rant thing because Zammy genuinely despises Bluster Kong with a passion, and so we're gonna give Zammy like a 1 minute or 2 minutes time to rant about him real quick if she wants to.
I'm through hiding behind mask.
Bluster Kong! Oh my god. You appalling, atrocious, awful, dreadful, ghastly, grisly, gruesome, hideous, horrendous, horrid, horrifying, lurid, macabre, monstrous, nightmarish, shocking, terrible, flagrant, blatant, glaring, obvious, overt, ambient, conspicuous. Oh god!
You good
Poor,
there?
inferior, second rate, second class, unsatisfactory bitch!
You good there?
God damn. I don't feel she's not done
You
yet.
abominable, awful character. Get the fuck out of my face. I'm done.
Let's just say, none of us like Bluster Kong, but if anyone got triggered the worst by him, it's poor Zabby.
She literally wanted to kill the motherfucker. But anyway.
Shameless fucking ape.
Yeah.
Nah, Simian. Fuck it. K no fucking ape, K no monkey, he's a fucking Simian.
Oh, enough monkey business there, I guess. Last one for, I guess you could consider him good, I guess. Mr. Eddie the Mean Old Yeti.
He's a Yeti that lives in the White Mountains and is extremely territorial when it comes to you know, his stomping grounds. Anyone who approaches is likely to get their ass kicked.
Yeah.
Even
much
Donkey
else
Kong.
Yeah. Not much else to say about Eddie, really, to be honest. He's like appeared in a couple of episodes, but they've been brief.
Yeah, he's just there, basically. Oh, and we are missing one other character, Dixie Kong.
Oh right, I almost forgot about Dixie.
Yeah, she's basically Diddy's girlfriend, but before we go into Diddy, like Dixie, ladies, your thoughts on Eddie the Mean Old Yeti?
He's horny for that candy bot.
This is true. He did flirt with a candy bot in that one episode.
Me a Yeti? Me not so mean. Me not even old. Have a nice stook.
Yeah.
I did forget about that for a minute.
Oh god, I actually forgot that until you brought that up.
Yeah.
But yeah, as for Dixie Kong, honestly, I have not much to say about her. I mean, she didn't make that many appearances to, you know, leave much of an impression on me. But yeah, that's all I'm actually got. Like, she's basically Diddy's girlfriend. Your thoughts, guys?
I remember.
Dixie's okay, I guess, but she's not really been in many episodes either.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
mean, she supports Diddy, but...
Yeah, and she also supports Donkey Kong as a good friend, but...
She's a minor supporting character. There's not much to say about her.
Yeah.
and her character development was near none.
So, and we're trying to do much as we can, but like literally, most of Dixie Kong's reputational notices are mostly in the games, and that's in Donkey Kong Country 2 and 3.
But we don't talk about that.
Yep. So we're just focusing on this, but yeah. But I think it's time we get to the villains of this, which is the king of the swamp down in the bayou, the ruler of the horny police, King K. Rool.
Hail to me.
King K. Rool, the main antagonist of Donkey Kong Country, very hot-tempered and extremely controlling, always pissing off the Kongs in some manner, constantly stealing from Donkey Kong's banana hoard. He's easily as strong as Donkey Kong and has a very bitter rivalry for Captain Scurvy.
So, there's a lot to say about King K. Rool. Like, a lot.
Oh yeah,
But
he's a douche.
He's a douche, he's an asshole, he's evil. He's a wild one. But his plans tend to work out, but they just end up later biting them in the ass.
Ain't that
And
the
hell,
truth?
and hell, when he had the crystal coconut in his hand, many times it either goes well or it just ends up poorly.
Yeah, usually the latter.
And I'm pretty sure y'all can guess who's constantly stopped his plans every fucking time.
With a scream of banana slamma.
Mm-hmm.
Open up! It's the horny police.
But yeah, But yeah, he has an army of Kremlings and all that, and he even has 2 loyal soldiers, which we talked about. And there's one more villain we'll talk about after we talk about the 2. But General Clump and Crusher.
Oh God. So General Clump, he's the second commander of King K. Rool himself. He's basically a tough guy on the outside, but he's a real big softy on the inside. Ironically, he's close friends with Dixie Kong.
That's because that one episode is where, basically because of Clump's failures, in a way, I put that lightly because King K. Rool considered him, where he blamed a lot of his losses or failures on Clump, and he fired him, and Clump was legit alone in the woods, saying how he has no friend in the world, and Dixie was the only one who went to comfort him and stuff, and try to give him the second chance. It went out well for a minute, but then King K. Rool thought it was a clever ploy to get the crystal coconut, and that almost worked too. But then Clump had to change of heart last second and press the wrong switch and made him eject right back to their cave. So Clump is a good guy in heart.
To some degree, yes.
Yes. But as for Crusher, though, he's
He is super strong and can only be defeated by Donkey Kong. Ironically, he's a comic relief.
Yeah, he's that type of idiot that you can laugh at and you can't really be mad at.
He's basically just he makes Johnny Bravo look even dumber.
Yeah, because he doesn't really do much. Crusher just follows orders, and he's a good guy. He's just
not very bright.
No, he's kind of even dumber than Donkey Kong by some degree, which is saying something.
Wolf, wolf. Go on, boy, fetch the crystal. Wolf, wolf, wolf.
That's not much of a fucking hate Donkey Kong is.
But, ladies, your thoughts on General Clump and Crusher?
They alright. Yeah, they alright.
But wait a minute. I forgot to ask. Did you two have any opinions about King K. Rool's?
You guys forgot about that, but no.
No.
Okay. But you guys have no opinion about King K. Rool?
No.
I'm going to commit jump and die.
There's only one last villain that's left, and that is Captain Scurvy, I believe.
Yep. Well, that and that little bastard of a bird, Polly Roger.
Well, yes.
Basically,
yeah.
Captain Scurvy, he's Clump's brother. He wants to steal crystal coconuts because he thinks it's his birthright. Yeah. And he's basically a pirate captain who, he basically is a douche and he wants to steal crystal coconut just because he thinks it's his by right and all that, like I said.
Mm-hmm. Carries around a little mini cannon with him and things like that. If anything, Captain Scurvy is almost a reference to Donkey Kong Country 2's Captain K. Rool, even though it's completely different in a way. And yes, what has brought up earlier, General Clump and Captain Scurvy are brothers, but I think they were long lost brothers or something.
They are, if I remember correctly.
I don't know. I just remember that episode where they
brother.
actually talked about them and stuff, and they sing that one song and shit. But yeah, ladies, what about any comments of the pot that's scared of me?
Arg.
Are you fucking kidding me right now?
Took the words right out of my mouth, Crossy.
Son of a bitch! This isn't no pirate joke of why the pirate boy couldn't go to the movie. It's rated R.
What's next? Scurvy with a jar of dirt?
I guess what's inside of it. So that's the characters aside. I guess we can talk about more of the show. Let's probably talk about our favorite characters, if that's going to be easy or not. So, who wants to go first? I'll talk about favorite characters.
In all honesty, I don't really have a favorite this time because, don't get me wrong, I don't have anything against most of the characters in general. It's just, I can't see myself finding anyone as a particular favorite this time.
Yeah, same here, because, I mean, the show is kind of too episodic. Not saying it's not to my liking, but it's too random and all over the place to decide which is
This comes
my
from
favorite.
us who watch Freakazoid.
That's different, but...
What about...
But, you know.
What about you, Sammy?
I have to agree with them.
I actually have one.
Hmm?
Captain K. Rool. King K. Rool, actually.
Reason being?
I don't know. Well, yes, he's not great and stuff, but for some reason, when you just see him pissed off or just get random and stuff, and for some reason, you get a good chuckle at it.
Fair point.
I mean, he has clever plans, and he's always almost taken over Congo Go multiple times and everything, and all that. But yeah, honestly, King K. Rool's okay. But if I had to be honest, I didn't have much favorites anyway, because honestly, Donkey Kong wasn't really fan favorite to me in this series. Game wise, yeah, but here, no. All right.
I'll give King K. Rool some credit though. Like, he's very thorough. It's just he keeps making the one big mistake of underestimating his opponent.
Yeah. But so you know the next subject characters we hate, but before anyone says anything, we all have the similar mind. So here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna count to 3, and as soon as I say go, we're gonna all say his name at the same time, okay? Is everyone ready?
Let's do it.
All right, hun. Basically, I'm saying we're on the character that we all hate, but I'm going to count to 3, and as soon as I say go, we're all going to say his name at the same time, okay? 1, 2, 3.
Bluster
go.
Kong!
Bluster Kong!
If it wasn't obvious enough why we hate him, I don't think we need to go on to this, so let's move on.
Honestly,
this fucker.
Okay, so little tidbits about Donkey Kong before I forget. This series, despite all the all the pros and cons, this actually did win Best Animation and Youth Program Award. Not to mention, there were some other characters that were in and out of the games as well throughout the series, but there were few and far between overall. And of course, they updated the models for season 2, which I know a certain couple, some ones were very upset about.
Honestly, I wasn't too upset. It just looks off after watching the whole season.
But also, unlike most series, when it came to Donkey Kong, they put they basically premiered the episodes very randomly. And by randomly, I mean they didn't actually pick like any particular episode. Like they basically I'm guessing they put the names of episodes in a hat and just grabbed one out and aired it.
Most of them were puns. Most of them were references to probably games or movies or something, and some of them were just out of nowhere. Like there wasn't even really continuity or connecting characters most times. They just or episodes connect. They just kind of just happen and stuff, like any very normal day.
Yep.
Speaking of episodes, I think it would be time we get down to talking about it. Anyone got a favorite episode or not?
That's a tough one because they're kind of scattered. Like I have favorite moments, so to speak, but not favorite episodes outright. But if I had to pick one, it was probably the episode where what was it? Donkey Kong had to essentially train from a martial arts master, if I remember correctly. I mean, to be fair, it was actually pretty amusing in its own way. I'll be completely honest. But honestly, I don't have any particulars that stand out too much. Not this go around anyway.
Crossy, Zammy, what about you two?
I shower you with coconut cream.
Of course.
Oh my God. Zammy?
I like that one episode where they showed that Bluster Kong died.
I don't think that was an episode.
It was a little snippet, but I loved it. I don't care if it was only 30 seconds. But Bluster Kong died.
It's gonna be me.
I don't remember him dying or them showing an episode.
No, everyone in Congo Bongo thought he died. Or he was dying.
Oh, no, I remember. It's mostly no, I remember. That was the episode where Bluster thought they were where he was talking to someone was talking to Cranky Kong about something about where Bluster was slowly dying and shit, and then he had a fucking tidbit flashback of a funeral about everyone crying and missing him at his funeral.
And he
I'd be laughing at his grave.
I basically he started being generous and nice to people. It was kind of creepy to watch.
Because it wasn't who he was. Let's see. Favorite episode, it's hard to say. There's not that many particular favorite episodes. Oh, I think I know. I think, I could be wrong how it went, but I remember it was the last episode where Donkey Kong was going to be sent off to Congo Bongo Island because he won some kind of big award and stuff. And apparently it was set the wrong name, and I think the winner on that envelope was actually supposed to be King Kong. Oops. Yeah, oops. But that was funny. Well, let's see. So before we move on to nearing the end of the questions and stuff, I threw in a curveball question I didn't tell anyone. Though I think Crossy and Zammy's answer for this question is going to be actually genuine, and Hazard might not have an answer for this one. Everyone's favorite Donkey Kong Country song.
Oh God.
Love is stronger than a golden banana.
Zammy, what is yours?
I like the one pirate song.
Oh Jesus, there's a few. There's a good couple. There's a couple.
The one where, like, something about a mirror.
Oh, The Mirror Never Lies.
The mirror never lies.
I don't have a particular favorite on this one because some of the songs were just okay, and some I wanted to rip my ears off because Diddy was singing.
That's fair. Well, it could be. Well, would you rather rip your ears off to Diddy singing or rip your ears off to Bluster singing?
Can I get an option C?
Or rip your ears off when Sloop McClown is singing.
You know what? I'd rather hear Diddy sing for 10 hours than hear fucking Bluster. Forget it, Bluster.
There you go.
Oh,
and no option C for you, buddy.
Fuck that.
I can't make it easy on you. I honestly also did like Mirror Never Lies and stuff. Crossy might include these song clips and stuff if you want to, but if I did have to pick one, it's probably fuck. I'm trying to remember this song. There's so many. I was laughing too much and I forgot. What?
I gotta eat.
No, that was funny, but I was trying to remember a lot. It'll probably come back to me. But so I feel like we go on to our last question because I don't think we have anything else to talk about because the only question is any least favorite episodes, and we can all say the only least favorite ones is that has Bluster in it.
Yeah.
Yep.
I'm gonna be honest. Any episode that has Diddy singing or Bluster being Bluster, no thanks.
Anything that has to do with Bluster, even a significant tiny pixel of him, no thank you.
No.
Zammy's hatred of Bluster.
Like, if I see fucking Bluster's ear, bye. I don't care if you're about to become my one favorite episode. If I see a tad bit of fucking Bluster, goodbye. Fuck you.
Oh, now I remember one of the songs I like. It was freaking the Road to Success thing. But yeah, but the other song I did like was the Anyone Could Dance song as well, or even Monkey Dance. But I think it's time to get to the last few things of this whole series. Let's rate this series itself. So let's try to put biasism aside and hatred aside because there's certain characters we hate. We're going to try to rate it fairly on the show itself. But Zammy, on a scale of 1 to 10, what do you rate this show?
The animation was really weird, and the models were kind of especially during they tried to upgrade it during the last season, but if anything, it made me appreciate season 1 model better than what they got. So a 7 out of 10 for me.
Yeah, because let's be honest, the models they look like went from normal ones to like MMD type models or something.
Yeah.
It's basically they were using regular old MMD for the first season, and then they got like MME effects, and then they just added glitter everywhere. That's basically it.
Make it prettier. Slap.
Yeah, and somehow that green light lit that shit.
Crossy, what about you?
I have to agree with Zammy. It's kind of a 7 out of 10 for me.
Hazard?
I'm gonna be completely honest, and I'm gonna have to grade this a little bit more strictly here. The animation was alright in some places, and really cringier just spotty in others. And honestly, I am taking 2 points off alone for Diddy Kong singing.
You can't do that. You can't do that.
No. You can't blame me for this. And I'm not just Diddy singing, but also Bluster singing.
Well, you can't.
It's like me saying I'm gonna give it a 5 out of 10 because I saw fucking Bluster.
No, here's the thing. I don't hate Bluster anywhere near as much as you.
Let's try to rate this fairly.
Fine. If I'm gonna be completely honest, I'm still gonna have to rate this a 6 out of 10 because there are so many ways that this series could have been done better.
Donkey Kong's singing voice is what carried the show.
Yes.
You're not
anyway.
wrong, but like I said, I give this a 6 out of 10, literally because there are multiple ways this could have been improved, but I chalk it up to them just pioneering this shit back then.
Yeah,
I have to agree with Hazard. I have to give it, but I'm gonna go in the middle, be like a 6.5 out of 10. 6.5 golden bananas. Because it was great. It had good moments, but sometimes it was just a bit wacky, and the models just looked weird to me in season 2. And I don't know, it's just something about it. Is just like went off a bit, and there needs some improvements for things. Definitely some character development needs to work on with certain characters. But yeah, that's our ratings. But the last question I ask of every review: does this show still hold up today?
Fair enough.
It does to the point.
I feel like it's one of those shows that would hit or miss. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because,
like when we
and I guess they never missed.
God damn
You
it.
got a boyfriend. I guess they wouldn't kiss
I
ya.
will stab you in your sleep.
Can
Anyway.
we not?
Point is, it's one of those shows that can either work well or not work well, especially in this generation. Sure, the humor can hold up and we laugh and stuff, but most of these people, knowing you guys, you might not have the same thoughts as us. And hell, there's probably some people who actually like Bluster for all we know, God forbid. But
Whoever likes Bluster, please comment in the comics section. I totally won't come looking for you with a gun in my hand.
But yeah, the show's. I'm not saying like it's a bad thing. I'm just saying it's in the middle because, like I said, the show can really either work out well and stuff, but they would have to make a lot of improvements.
Not to mention the random episode order really did not work in this series' favor at times.
Mm-hmm. Not at all.
Like, hatred of Bluster Kong aside and hatred of Diddy Kong aside when it comes to singing, honestly, this series in a few ways could have been better. Easily.
Yeah.
That's why I give it a 6 out of 10. I might be a little harsh by giving it that score, but I'm just saying there's room for improvement.
But yeah, I think that's all we gotta say. Any final thoughts before we close this show's project?
You guys see ebony and ivory in my hand? If you comment that you like Bluster, one of them's going in your mouth.
No.
I'm just gonna pull you. I'm just gonna.
And if you guys see me use my ultimate shield or my
No.
Get the girls out of here. Get the girls out of here.
Nope.
I will summon a Vita
No. Shut up.
Well, shut up. I'm dragging them away. You two behave.
No, cover some mouth. No.
She booed the giddy.
Stop it. Anyway, we hope you guys enjoy. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe, and we'll see you all next time on the episode of Retro Wars. Say bye, everybody.
Later, peace.
Later. She put the giddy.
No.
Alonze.
For the next time on Retro Warriors.
Next time, you'd better watch or else I'll really cause some trouble.